Well, hello, and welcome back. I'm A.J. O'Neill. This is Beyond Code Live, and we're going to be doing some more DigitalOcean scripting. So a few sessions ago, I did some scripting with DigitalOcean. I got that actually through the deployment pipeline that I was hoping to get it through, and now I'm back to do some more. So the LibreOffice as a service that I was working on, that's what I'm going to be working on now. I just got to copy some stuff over real quick. Well, I guess just git push. Let me make a commit here, whip, and then I will push this to there we go. All right. So, and welcome to those of you that are coming in. Nice to have you. There will be no message from our sponsor, but not really our sponsor, Mr. Mountain Dew, today. Instead, we have Mr. Eggnog. I don't know what we should say for that. Probably sip satisfaction. I don't know. Anyway, I will go ahead and we've got this up here. I'm going to do git fetch. And I'll show you the scripts, well, momentarily. And I have a new key thing up here, as you can see. Let me know what you think of it. I think I kind of like the old one better. This one's prettier, but it doesn't. I'm not sure about the options on it. Anyway, I was just in. Let's see. .git deploy. I think this is where I was at, right? Yeah. Okay. And why is this all upset? Shell check. References arguments that none are ever passed. Okay. So I'm going to have to think about how I should go about that. I should have something like this. Production foo example.com is what that should look like. And it's complaining that it can't read those, but it shouldn't, because I've got this shell check thing up here. I'm disabling the... Oh, appears unused. No, that makes sense. Okay, we're going to have to figure out how to use that. What's this one complaining about? Not following because something doesn't exist. Not following should not be a problem. We're not going to use this one. So I'm really just at the start here. There hasn't much been done. And I should figure out how to do... hold on. Do I just put it up here before everything else? Is that how I get it to work? Okay, cool. That's it. All right, I do have the comments open over here, so feel free to say hello. I'd love to know who you are, what brings you to the channel today, or if you're a returning visitor, whoever you are. Cheers. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope that you are enjoying some eggnog yourself. All right. I need to go look at some other code here. I don't like that at all. This one's it's too big, and it doesn't let me position it very well. Okay, so I'm going to go into scripts. No, not scripts. Not at first. I'm going to go into git deploy, and then check out how I was doing this. So what I had was that it's going to create the VPS based on the subdomain and the zone. And I think I still want that to be here. So this will be under builder. I think I called it provision VPS this time. I'm trying to get something nice built out and a structure that I can quickly replicate in other places and just have it part of things that I do now, to just have a auto deploy built into all the repos. All right, so we're going to have my domain and my zone. And I don't know if I'm going to, I guess I might as well pass my env. And I'm kind of thinking that maybe I ought to declare these up at the top rather than in the build. Because I think I source up here. Where do I source? No, I source right here. I want to source after npm runs, just in case there's any nasty things in the npm dependencies, which there shouldn't be, but as you know, there's been vulnerabilities in npm before where there's things that are searching for stuff. And so I figure if npm is run and then the environment variables are set, none of these environment variables are needed for npm to do its production install. So I think I'll set those afterwards. And maybe I should... Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Because I don't want to have to pass these over and over and over and over and over again. It might be sufficient to just do set get ref name to be my environment or something like that. We'll see. We'll see, one step at a time. And I've got the Cloudflare stuff I'm going to be implementing this time. So that's cool. And I have a different group that I need to use, a project group that I need to use for the DigitalOcean. DigitalOcean has project groups. I don't think I have that open. Yeah, you can kind of see here. So it's got Snazzy Dolphin and Routine Flounder. So I'm going to be utilizing that. All right, so let's go over to the provision VPS and check this out for a second. Okay. I guess I also need, because okay, these are relative to where it's called from, which is the root directory, not relative to the script itself. And there's probably a way to make it relative to the script itself. It's probably annoying. Okay, so here I actually don't want to have any default for either of these, I don't think. Yeah, I don't want to use that. And we'll do, if we don't need env, then I'll drop env. But I think we are going to need env. Anyway, I'm going to create the smallest. I have my little DigitalOcean. Let me actually bring this up. Let's see, is this public? I think this should be public. So I will drop this over to you so you can take a look at it. Give me just a second here. Wait, yes, deploy. Take me to the deploy branch. That's what I asked for. All right, and we can go under scripts, builder, and here you go. If you want to check this out and follow along, here's my DigitalOcean SDK in Bash. It seems pretty awesome, actually. I wonder if we could create some sort of package management for Bash. Package manager Bash. B package. I wonder packages by name. Here we go. Interesting. I wonder if there's already something here for DigitalOcean, because that would be pretty cool. I like this. I like what this person's doing here. We might get along philosophically. Anyway, let me go back to here. So I'm provisioning a droplet that's basically the smallest size. I haven't figured out how to use user data effectively. I'm going to look into that real quick, because I do want, if possible. What's up, DeLarn? I'm doing good. And if possible, I want to make it so I can use user data. I think it's supposed to be a script so that you can use user data to say, okay, here's the script I want to run when this thing is booted up and initialized. But that doesn't seem to be the case, because I have here bin bash echo hello into heya, and heya doesn't exist when I've tried this out. So I don't know what to make of it. I'm just going to search it real quick. DigitalOcean user data. Interesting. There is a backup drive, and I think it is doing something right now. But that's kind of funny that it's sensitive enough to pick that up. There, now the gain's down at 0. Can you still hear me just fine? How to provide user data during droplet creation. Okay. Oh, interesting. What? This doesn't even make sense. Okay, so I don't know what this user data is about, but I'm kind of under the impression that it was something that was tried and is now deprecated. Interesting. And also, I need to grab my hoodie. It is cold. Just 1 second here while I go find that. I will be right back. I'm going to put up the door one. Much better. Now I've got my superpowers activated. With my hoodie on, I'll be able to code faster and gain access to secret government installations and make billion-dollar social apps. It all starts with the hoodie. Okay. Get that ridiculous thing off my head. Oh wait, my hair's attached. Okay, let's see here. How to provide user data with a bash script that installs echo da 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 da. All right. Okay, user data, cat, let me try to read this. Okay, ending the single quote, putting a file in. All right, YAML. But this says YAML, not shell. So I actually don't know if this is really that useful. Yeah, it just tells me that there's some metadata that can basically be accessed by anything on the machine with curl. That I don't find that helpful. I can just copy the file over, once it exists. I thought this was for having a script or something. I'm just going to put NA in here. So there's something, but yeah. Okay. Ah, yes, and I'm going to need to have a project ID. So I think I'm going to leave this one blank. Let's see, stuff. I'm just going to put that in there for now. All right, so this is what I would do is say if it's not empty, my project, then do this stuff. That's good enough. Checking IP addresses. Okay. And then what I need to do is I need to figure out a way to decide which API to use here. What I might do, because I want to be able to use Cloudflare. So for now, I'm just going to do this. If not empty, command-v gd API. So command-v will also find functions. Good little note. So I'm going to have to do Cloudflare, and I've already got that partially done. I think I even have it partially tested. All right, then checking for active status, testing SSH connection. Logging in. And then what was this my branch about? Wait a minute. let's see, my sub is already defined up there, so I don't need to do this bit. Okay. I think the drive is cooling down a little bit from whatever it was doing. Okay. Right. So what I'm probably going to need to do is just wrap this in another function so that I abstract away in this script. I abstract away the difference between whether I'm using GoDaddy or Cloudflare, because I'm going to be using both. I would like to be using Vultr as well. I want to have this work for DigitalOcean and Vultr, and I'd also like to add support for name.com, although that's getting a little bit out there. Well, we've got this project where we're maybe working on. So Jojo Byte is in for it, but in the Discord we have a channel for Project Rocket, and Project Rocket is going to be one of the bits of Project Rocket is going to be abstracting away all this DNS stuff so that you have one DNS API that works with several different DNS providers. Okay, provisioning new VPS. All right. So I feel pretty good about this, but I think what I ought to do, I don't know how exactly I ought to do it. Let's see, GoDaddy API. Good, everything's local here, so that shouldn't be a problem. Everything's local in there. Okay, so I think I'm going to get to this point where I can deploy it on the development environment using GoDaddy first, and then move on from there. But let's get away from this as quickly as we can. I mean, really, I think I should just go straight to the scripts directory. Well, I'll do a little bit more in here. Okay, so we're going to try to provision the VPS. I'm going to leave environment out of it for now. And I think what I need to check on is if, here's what we could do. We could do if production, no, here's, let me go back. What do we have? This is what I think we can do. If it's production, then we could source scripts, builder, 00 Cloudflare, API.sh, and then else we could source GoDaddy. And that should work. And then, you know, to do, figure out the build. But we're gonna work on the Cloudflare piece for a bit. And let me see, I just got a text message. Let me see what's, okay, that's just routine message here. All right, I'm gonna get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. I will be interested to check out more about this later. And I think I'm going to have to go check in another window real quick. I think I put it in an issue in the deploy repository. Let me go check here. Issues. Cloudflare. There we are. Yep. So I should be able to take this and turn it into one of those same types of things. Okay. So same type of thing. I'm going to check out scripts, builder, GoDaddy. And we're going to do Cloudflare API.sh. So let's see what we can do here. CF API get, and then we could probably take this whole thing to up to client v4, I'm guessing. Let's just go with that for now. All right, so we replaced that part. And then, all right, we take the authorization bearer. That's great. I prefer that. And this would be, well, Cloudflare API token. We get rid of the GoDaddy one, keep the content type. And then we do the same thing over here, except that we don't put the data or the content type. Oh, and this one needs the escape. Hey, Lauren, do y'all do eggnog ever? Do you have any seasons or holidays where you do eggnog? Okay. Oh, that shouldn't be CG. That should be CF. Ah. Oh, gosh. Blah. With this one, I got to get zone ID. So I don't need that, though. What do I need? Yeah, JSON. Okay. All right. Don't really need to worry about token. I'm probably just going to have to redo zone ID every time. So what was this one? Function. Get domains, maybe? Okay, so I got to the point. Let me go check this out. This was listing everything and listing records. I need to find out how do I update a record. That's what I need to do. Well, maybe I'll skip this for now because I don't have to have this done right now. Let me go back and just say elif dev is equal to get ref name. Build dev foo example.com. And I need to have some way to distinguish these. Oh crap. What did I do? Like this? There we go. Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm AJ O'Neill. I'd love to know who you are and what the heck are you doing here? What brings you here today, my friend? If I can call you my friend. Speak friend and enter. Okay. So that one's ready to go. All right, so when we build dev, what do we need to do? We need to take the domain and the zone, pass them to provision, and then they should just get provisioned. And then once it's provisioned, then control is relinquished back here. And then we should use that control to continue the deployment process. Why is it not warm enough in here yet? Winter is upon us. All right, was it this one? Yeah. So I think a copy self makes sense as part of build. Well, I don't even know if we need to do this that differently. So I think we're going to come up with well, let's do local here. Declare all these locals. So say my host name is equal to, and it should be my domain name at my zone. And at this point, oops, it should be app at. And we've already tested the SSH connection, so at this point, oh, actually, you know what? I do want this to be no, and I do want this to go to dev null. Strict host. Let me go back into the GoDaddy, or not the GoDaddy, the DigitalOcean bit. Whoops. Scripts, builder, DigitalOcean. No, that's not what I wanted. I think I wanted the provision VPS. Okay, let's go back to this one. SSH. There we go. This is what I want to do. So this bit here for SSH is so that strict host key checking no means that it's not going to ask you, are you sure you want to connect to the server you haven't connected to before? And then setting the user known host file to dev null makes it so that you don't you don't save that you've connected to that computer. And then we want to take basically what we have here and we want to send it over to, oh, that's good. My service name. Yeah, what do we want to have the service name be? For this, I think we actually will be happy to have it as SRV. Let's see. We could do this. We could say mkdir -p srv, and that can be what we're going to run over there. And then we'll copy over the name of this, which is LibreOffice as a service. I kind of want to get, I guess it, was it repo ID? I think there's a repo name. I think that's what I want. Let me go check on that real quick. I need to go look up git deploy documentation. Interesting. There's some other tool named git deploy that's stealing my SEO. Okay, yeah. Git repo name. Good. That's what I wanted to put here. Okay, cool. So we're going to copy this over. And then once that's copied over, really, the rest should just happen on the other side, I think. So I should be able to, again, go over here and then just say bash scripts, and then we should have deploy.sh, I think. And that's going to whine to me about this is getting expanded on the other side. Oh, possible misspelling? Interesting. What possible misspelling? This was in shell check. Possible misspelling. All right, so now we need to go work on what this script's deploy ought to be. And I think that there's at least one thing. Huh. We need to have an env file that's going to go over to this system. But I'm not sure how we need a way to decide. Well, I guess let's see. I'm going to get rid of this npmci. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to put this here, but that's going to be all this is. And we're going to have another function that's deploy. I think that's what we're going to call it. And then in here, we're going to do build, and then we're going to do deploy. Same thing here. This will be deploy, and then we'll let it build. So I guess no matter what it is, we'll check builder deps, and then we'll build. And then the deploy really, I guess, should be... I'll move it somewhere else. I guess this is small enough to stay here. Yeah, because this is really all about provisioning. And so I think it does make a lot of sense for anything that's about provisioning to be here. And then we exit out and we run the scripts that need to run. Okay, so then what I need to figure out is, let's move this. Let's move the sourcing of things. And then we'll change it so that we only do exports for the right environment. So all things are going to get to export the DigitalOcean token. But production will get Cloudflare and dev will get GoDaddy. And then we can do some detection based on which of these variables is available. If one's available, we do the one code branch. If the other's available, we do the other code branch. Hey, what's up, David? No, I'm not up late. It's only 9 for me. Normally I'm up late, but the night is young. I say as I yawn. See, just talking. No, what it is the heater. I only turned it on recently, and the computers haven't really been doing anything today, so the room is quite cold. And I haven't had my second Mountain Dew. I should have spiked my eggnog with Mountain Dew. I'll have to try that soon. Ooh, I could try that now. Okay. As soon as I get to the point where this has done its first deploy, then I'm going to reward myself with spiked eggnog. Yeah, getting late. Well, I guess depending on who you are. All right, another thing that we need to do here. So I'm going to create a function called source all, see if I can solve some problems for myself. my env equals, and we're going to put in here an environment. I'm going to be very curious to find out what you are today years old when you find out today. So we can do this. We'll source the environment stuff first, and then we'll go backwards. ENVs. I don't know. I'm just making this maybe a little too generic. Eggnog and Mountain Dew isn't half bad. Huh. Until. It isn't half bad until. What? Bacon pies, preparing turkey. Awesome. At the rate I'm going to be tomorrow years old. Nice. All right, so we're going to try sourcing a bunch of stuff. And then we're going to try deploying some stuff. And what I want to get to is that there's some let's say my subdomain and my zone. This is essentially production subdomain, maybe? Production zone? I don't know. DNS subdomain, DNS zone. The idea being, for better or for worse, I could just be committing to the repository. I don't really want to do that. Is there another way to do that? No, I just gotta commit to the repository some details. That's just how it's got to be. That's okay. We'll sort this out. So DNS subdomain DNS zone for development is going to be basically, we'll do example.com and we'll do LAS or LOAS. LibreOffice as a service. And then production. All right, then we need to have a deploy script that's going to execute on the system that was just deployed. All right, so we're going to focus on the development branch. Oh, yeah. It'll be creamy, but make it chunky. I get it. Well, I think I'm just going to put a little in, the same that you would do with some fine bourbons, you know? Mostly eggnog, a little Mountain Dew. Just spike it. Just give it a little caffeine. Right. And by the way, if anybody watching has a better idea on how to do this as I'm going along, feel free to let me know. I'm thinking that I've already done this once, so I'm just trying to say, okay, how can I simplify this down just a little bit? I don't need this copy self function anymore. But I think this is about right. I should probably, change the build to be bash scripts build.sh, builder, build.sh. I guess this would be, let's see, what have we got in the scripts directory right now? Scripts builder. Should we provision and then build? We should build and then provision. That's what we should do. Okay. Vim scripts builder o1 build.sh. Bin bash set-e set-u. Boom. All right, and then if we don't have node, then we're going to add node. I'm going to go with that 16 because we're just going to stick with a version. And then that would be local opt node bin would be the path there. So that looks right now. Basically, I'm trying to keep the git deploy kind of at the point of almost what would be, I don't know if it, I want to get it so that either git deploy or GitHub Actions could be used. So that's how I'm trying to think about this in terms of how I build it out. Okay, so we're going to source all and we're going to run the deploy. Oh, I should probably put this further down. Okay. I kind of want to make a framework out of this in a sense. I like the idea of frameworkless frameworks. Okay, there's no SD in there, and am I using SD in any of the scripts? No, I'm not. Okay, so I don't actually need SD for this, which is fine. All right, so build, source all, deploy, and then I need to bring over caddy as well. So let me go try this. So we got our deploy.sh, and I'm going to go check out the other build scripts and just see if I can kind of simplify it. Restart caddy. Yeah. Agreed. I can have it do less visual stuff. Let me see if I can make it a little less flashy. Instead of tick, I can have the transition be static. Is that better? And then we could go to minimal. so that it looks less skeuomorphic. So we can do style is minimal, size is small, color is titanium. I can change the colors if it makes it a little easier. That's aluminum. This is titanium. We can change the escape color to be let's see. To be black. So let me know what you think on that. Anyway. Let's see about the caddy deploy here. Copy self. Okay, so the one thing that I need to do is I need to figure out how to get the relevant env files over to the other server. All right, this is what we're going to do. All right, we're gonna empty out. Oh, I guess. All right, we're gonna remove the env file, and then we're gonna add stuff into it. Because the domain tokens are going to need to exist there because they're going to need to be used for caddy. Well, let's see. I don't know if I want that. I'm not quite sure about how to move secrets over, because there might be some secrets that I want just during the build process. I guess right now I don't have that problem, so I shouldn't worry about it. Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know if it actually is a thing. Somebody made it, but I don't know how far along it's got. So I guess it depends a little bit on your definition of thinginess. All right. And the deploy script should be able to run just as effectively if I were to do all the provisioning beforehand. and just have cloned the repo, then I should be able to run the deploy script and it should work, I think. But we need to run the deploy script with the domain name and zone. That's one thing. And I'm not sure if I put, let's see, does this count? If I do this? Okay, I think that should work. All right, so scripts, deploy, and then we should just set a few things at the top. So I think what I'm going to do is have it print a usage message if it's missing any of its things. So my env is going to be same thing over here. I should probably just copy that from the function up here. See, local. I don't know what local means in this context. I think local is supposed to be only local to function. Yeah, it's only valid in functions. Okay. Good old Lua, JavaScript, and Bash. Global by default, baby. All right, so if, and we're just going to do if my environment is empty, or, oops, my domain is empty, or my zone is empty, or, let's see, Cloudflare API key. Well, no, I guess that doesn't matter. Okay, then fee. Echo usage 1, 2, 3, 4. Bash scripts deploy .sh. Let's see. And I should probably just go ahead and use printf on that. Whatever, I'll stick with echo. And then it has to be environment, domain, zone. I guess technically that's host, not domain, but tomato, potato. I want to know who started Tomato Potato. I know who I picked it up from about 10 years ago, but I don't know who started it. I'm assuming it started in the age of the internet because you can't say tomato, tomato on the internet. You have to say something else. Okay, and then zone should be replaced with what? Example.com. All right, there we go. So now let me check about caddy. Let's see. We're going to source back up here, copy this. Okay, now what does it need to do? I need to have... Where's serviceman at? Not in here. Okay, that's fine. Then we have caddy in here. All right, so we need to make sites enabled. Let's do it this way. So we're going to make sites enabled. Well, it seems like that should work, actually. All right. So we're going to make caddy. We're going to touch. Well, I guess we don't need to touch. Oh, derp, probably got link censored. Silly YouTube chat. Oh yeah. Will you send me your YouTube channel link in Discord? I'm gonna give you an invite to the Discord, and then you will be able to add links as you please. In theory. Happy sunshine, friends. Tomato, potato. All right. Sitting at 1.6k stars, but not a lot of packages. Oldest commit is 8 years ago in master. It's been a thing, but it doesn't seem as popular as the stars make it out to be. Yeah, I wonder if there's a way to buy stars on GitHub. That would probably be a really bad idea, but it's probably not as bad to do it on GitHub as it would be on many other platforms. Because GitHub doesn't have an advertising model, so if you just buy a bunch of bot stars, it's not going to have a negative effect in terms of giving you bad content or making it harder to reach your audience, etc., etc. Gotta admit, that's really tempting. Because, well, I mean, I'm just going to be honest about it. Webi does not have the stars that it deserves. The number's going up daily now because I added all this stuff on the website, star on GitHub. If I had done this 2 years ago when we started this project, or maybe it was a year and a half ago, but if I'd done this when we started this project, then we would have 1,000 stars by now. But because I didn't, and because no one ever has to go to GitHub to interact with this, everything, you only go to GitHub if there's a problem, or if you really want to look at the source and see how something was done, I guess. But, you know, GitHub is not part of the flow of how a person interacts with this. And so the number of stars that are represented on GitHub, I think, are somewhere in the realm of 1/10 to 100th of what they would be if it was a project where if we had started out always spamming for stars on GitHub, or if it were a project where you go to GitHub as part of looking up documentation or interaction, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm going to look it up because I'm not because I'm a bad person, but because I'm just curious. I don't think that I should really do this because I think that it would have negative unintended side effects and that it could, well, it's dishonest, let's say. But I'm just curious to see. Oh, interesting. So this is basically a way to advertise a repository. Interesting. I don't know. I'm kind of curious about this. How does this service work? An incentive-based network of almost 1 million active users who have subscribed to our network and have authorized us to recommend them repositories and profiles. So when we receive an order based on the number, we send blah, 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 blah. It works, but process more complex, involved. Are these bots or fake user accounts? Therefore, it is impossible to manage fake accounts on GitHub since we claim that the most GitHub users, blah, 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 actively using GitHub, many of them are developers themselves. It proves that the service is not based on bots, blah, 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 blah. You would be able to verify it yourself. Is there a risk of getting flagged? Since these are not fake or managed accounts, there's actually no risk involved. Users participating in this process to promote your project. A real increase happens gradually over a period of a few days. Okay, so this is not guaranteed. This is maybe they send out to a list. Interesting. So this might be kind of like one of those, when you do a Kickstarter, typically you work through an ad agency and the ad agency does co-branding. And so I'm guessing that this might have some sort of co-branding sort of thing, where they have some sort of network. Let's see. But I don't know why you'd want somebody to fork your stuff. I'm just kind of curious about this. We promote your work. I wonder if they do something like put you on Reddit, and I wonder if they're more content marketing or something like that. Let's see what people say, if anything. Nice option, works like a charm, works as it described. That seems kind of weird. Yeah, I'd be kind of interested to see. I think I might learn a little bit more about this later, because if this is just a content network and people only star things if they like it, if it's not something based on they're paying people, if they're paying people to start it, I wouldn't do it. But if it's just some sort of content network or some sort of system of blogs or something like that, I might consider it. I'll have to look into that more. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. But I don't know. Want it to be authentic and where do you buy your GitHub stars from? Oh, that's funny. All right. Anyway, feel free. Anybody feel free to give me your opinion on this. I definitely would not want to do anything that would muddy the water. But I would be willing to pay for an article to be written or something like that that's shared on one of those tech sites. Like I can't. Whenever I write stuff on Reddit, it never ends well. I just don't. Yeah. Anyway. But I do not want to do anything that would compromise the authenticity which is why, since I mentioned it, I was willing to have this open exploration on the stream, you know. But I have to give this a listen. Tomato potato song. All right, got it. Got that too. Okay, back to the work at hand. Back to the things that aren't going to get me canceled. Oh yeah, I would. Hey, the alarm. Yes, I would like to add Delta to the homepage. In fact, remind me again if I haven't done it by the end of the week. But yeah, I would like to do that. Delta would be good for the homepage. 100% on that. Okay, what was I really looking for before I got distracted by the evils of the world? I was looking for not this deploy. This deploy? Yeah, I was looking for how I'm doing the caddy deploy under these scripts right here. Oh, they don't have GoDaddy for caddy, do they? That's okay. I don't need it in development. The website design is sketchy. I don't know. I think the most thing that's sketchy is where it said, our service works through an incentive-based network. That makes me a little worried. Yeah. But I wouldn't have any shame in going on Fiverr and doing one of those Reddit post deals, because people that are good at human psychology, they win at Reddit, because Reddit is all about understanding how to play people's emotions and understanding certain opinions and ethos that exist. You know, I've been so mad about people that can get so much traction on nothing based on just really playing people, you know, and the Redditors' values are that, you know, they're not played, and that, you know, that there's no spam and there's no self-promotion, and yet so much of what becomes popular on Reddit and Hacker News is professionally crafted. And I know because I've seen it. Let's see. All right, so we got a special build of caddy. This is what I want to do here. Let me go back. Let's see, we're at deploy here. Scripts. Let's see, .git deploy. Okay. So if we don't have Webi, go ahead and install Webi. And then we're going to export that. And we're going to pathman add bin. There we go. I want that, because I like .local bin for what's pathman installed, but bin for things that I can't just blow away, because blowing them away would perhaps be bad. And in the case of caddy, let's see. I actually wouldn't want to blow it away. Oh, okay. Huh, scripts. Hold on. Scripts deploy. We don't want to blow away the caddy that we have because we have to have a special version of caddy. Deploy. Let's see. One that's got the goodies baked in. All right. All right, so that's all good. So here we could do if so if caddy is not available, then we do all that to get caddy. Oops. And here we could put installing caddy. We want caddy for HTTPS, by the way, for Let's Encrypt. I could integrate Greenlock as well. I haven't done that for Fastify. I have not. So GoDaddy's always been GoBaddy. Always. They've always been GoBaddy. But so I don't prefer to use them. I use name.com. I love name.com. Name.com is great. I will sing the praises of name.com all day long. And I don't like GoDaddy, but it's what we have right now for, so it's the thing that I've got to test with, you know? Okay, sudo setcap. Yeah, look at that. Let me see. If I go into beta here, what happens if I do set cap net bind? Did this actually get added? Set cap net bind node. Boom, that worked. All right, cool. I actually think that I will go with this then. I'll go with if we don't have set cap net bind, then we will curl https webinstall.dev/setcap. Oh, well, I guess we just do Webi here. We know that Webi is going to exist by now. And then instead of all of this, oh, wait, we'd have to install that for sudo, wouldn't we? Actually, wait, does it have the sudo in there? .local bin set cap netbind. Yeah, okay, it's got the sudo in there. So that will work. Boop. There we go. Much simpler. All right, so that's the installation of caddy. And then we need to get the caddy file. I guess if it doesn't exist. So if well, I guess it's if not dash f, or I guess dash exists, because I don't care whether it's a link or a file. Then go ahead and set this up. So do that no matter what. And then this is actually going to work out just fine. But I should have the env file for caddy. Serviceman add name caddy. Run env file env, which should be correct for that. So I need to copy the env file. This is where I need to figure out the whole Cloudflare bit, and I think I already had that figured out over here somewhere. Yeah, okay, so let me figure that out. Wait, it was here. Let me go into enable site maybe. No, that's not what I need to do. I think I know what I need to do. So we need to do if Cloudflare API token. If this is not empty, then we need to echo Cloudflare API token into caddy.env. No, I guess just srv caddy.env. That's what we need to do. There we go. So, but D-Learn, if you want to tell me more about the breach or send a link or something, I would be happy to learn more about it. I don't know which recent. I mean, they're always in trouble for this, that, or the other. Okay, so that's going to be set up. So this is going to be good. And then we're going to go into the caddy directory. System, username, who am I, path is path. Yeah, so that should all work. So that is all set up. This is the complete caddy install right here. All right, so we're going to run the setup for caddy no matter what. I guess we could do if not Etsy system, was it Etsy systemd system caddy.service, I think is what this would end up being. Then we can set up all of this. Actually, what we should do is we should run servicemen list, I think. Servicemen, let's do Webi servicemen list. System. Okay, and then here, the same thing. We should add servicemen up top probably. So if we don't have servicemen, install servicemen. I need some sort of soft install for Webi so that it doesn't even go out to fetch anything. You know, just some sort of this is something where I'd be willing maybe to do a breaking change because it wouldn't really break anything It would just cause updates to stop if the person doesn't have a tag specified, which I think is fine. Because you can do Webi at stable, at latest, at LTS, etc. But I think if we had, if we changed the behavior so that it did a soft install, if it couldn't find the thing, that which would mean that we'd need the names of packages to always match the name of the binary or something, maybe. I don't know. But if we could set it so if it doesn't find the thing, or if it finds the thing, it just skips it, then I wouldn't have to wrap things like this, and it wouldn't go out and fetch from the network. Of course, in terms of, counting stuff, there's a slight advantage. Let's see. All right, so if we don't find caddy that way, and I would want to put this to dev null, actually. And we don't find caddy this way, then we want to start caddy. Whoa, what did I do? Oops. Expected a test operator. I don't know what the test operator is supposed to be. Should I just do this? Like that? And then just do if empty, if empty. Maybe I should just do this way? Maybe if not. I know I did this somehow, somewhere. Does it work this way? I don't know what it wants here. Because it's telling me couldn't parse the test expression. Well, why not? Why can't you parse it? Tell me. I think I'm going to go back to Z on this one, because that seems to be what works. I could have sworn I had the same problem the other day, and I managed to figure out how to do it right. Not grep-q. I don't think that's an answer. Oh well, whatever. I'm just gonna figure out how to blot that out real quick. Grep-q. Okay, shell check. Disable equals incentive-based network. That's weird. Could have sworn I copied this, but I guess I didn't. I copied incentive-based network. All right, what we got out here? WordPress related, yeah. Sent a link on Discord. Oh, and David, I'm going to add you on YouTube real quick. I'm going to take in a second to go do that. YouTube Studio. Approved users. Boom. David, you're in. You even have moderating powers. Okay. Okay, so if we don't have Caddy set up as a system service, we set up Caddy as a system service. Let's see, creating Caddy file. Starting Caddy as a system service. Cool. All right, so I think everything's done there, and then we do want the add sites still available. Enable site, and we need to tell it what site to enable, which is going to be domain and zone. All right, and we're going to do export Cloudflare API token, if there is one. There we go. All right, so now let me grab the enable site. Oh, and we need the API port on here too. Okay. Let's see. But this is going to be running from the right directory, right? There we go. Push D, get into the directory, pop D, get out of the directory. And get rid of the extra slashes. Okay, so this is going to be all right. And then maybe we want to change the port as well. Let's say port is going to be equal to 5227. I'll go with that. And then here, I guess I don't even have to set that there, but we can do export port as well. We can say port equals port 5227. Alrighty. Oh, and I didn't actually check that link, did I? I saw the channel link. Oh, cool. So also adding Thelarn. I probably say that different every time. To the approved. There you go. Boom. Saved. Thelarn, you are welcome to the fold. All right. I guess I should put in here what the port is now. Say port. And we'll go to scripts, O2 enable site.sh. And let's see if we've got about the same thing. Oh, and then this should have a directory as well that it's serving from. Oh, okay, wait, it should be domain. We don't need to worry about breaking this down so small. Let me go back here. These go together, and then we've got the port and then the directory. And in this particular case, I guess SRV. So how do I want to do this? .env .development. Wait, did we do the thing yet with the DNS subdomain, DNS zone? Yeah, we did. Okay. We don't have the project name here, do we? I think it'd be nice if I could just get the full path. Let's see. Well, okay, here's what I can do. Why is it still so cold in this room? I'm going to crank up the heat to 11. Hopefully it doesn't trip a breaker. pwd / so print working directory, and then what, public, I think? Do we have a public directory here? Yeah, we do. Cool. So that's what I'm going to set it up as. All right, so now I'm going to copy this enable site for Caddy. Paste everything in here, and it's domain and then port and then directory, right? That's the way we did it. Domain, port, directory. Got it. Cool. So all that should be coming in. And if we have Cloudflare in the caddy.env. So if -e caddy.env and grep Cloudflare, then have a TLS config. And we're going to take the my API domain. I guess it's just my domain. It's not really my API domain. It's just my domain. So I'm going to change that from my API domain. Well, I think I remember why I did that. I think it's because I don't want the variables to escape. All right, that should be it right there. Might be getting close to nog and do time. Okay, what else do I need to do? I guess we need the restart caddy. And we need the app itself. So I think the restarting caddy might have ended up in the .get deploy over here. Let's see. Copying caddy, caddy this, caddy that. There we go. Okay. Let's go back to the deploy. I guess now, why was it that I wanted to run enable site after I run the bit to start caddy? Why would I have wanted to do that? Just because it creates the directory? Because it seems that these could be done in reverse order. I could add all the sites I want. And then I could enable caddy and or reload caddy. Well, this looks good anyway. It's going to start caddy, it's going to add scripts, and then it's going to reload caddy, and we're going to be all good there. And then I think the last step then is going to be bash scripts o3 app.sh. Let's see. Which essentially is just going to be, in this case, it's going to be really simple. Because everything's already built, so it just has to start the service, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and I am going to check out, cancel. I'm going to check out this WordPress thing here. Wow, 1.2 million plain text passwords for GoDaddy. GoDaddy. Hello? Did you knock? I don't know if that was a knock or if that was just a figment of my imagination. When was this? November 22nd, huh? Interesting. All right, well, I'll put that over to read later. We are right at the end here. So we don't need a database for this. And I might want to put a rumruff in here. But I think essentially the only bit that we need is this bit right here for this particular service. Scripts 03 app.sh. bin bash set-e set-u and then my service name. Let's see, git deploy and then git repo name. I think that would be fine to send across as well. Okay, my env. Have we used this yet? No, we kind of sort of did. All right. So we've used port. Okay. Let's see, what do we need to do? So just like I did with Caddy, I actually want to check to see if watch exec is installed here. Watch exec. Okay. .env. So if -e.env and then my service name. What would we want the service name to be? So it comes in as domain and port. My project name, maybe. project name, and this would be foobar. Oh, hey, that was helpful. It caught my typo. Huzzah! Huzzah for tooling. Okay, so what we'd have here is my domain is going to be equal to 1. My port is going to be equal to 2. And my project name is going to be equal to 3. And then everywhere it says my, well, let's go with my service name. My service name is going to be equal to 3. And then we've got a my port in here. What we don't have in here is a my domain. So let's just comment that out for the time being, and that'll be fine. All right, let's get this out of the way. Stop watch exec first in development environments. There we go. All right, so I should have sourced all of this before I started. So let's move with the assumption that this has been sourced, right? Source, yeah. Okay, so let's start with that assumption. And then let's instead say if not empty, or if, I guess, development equals node env. Then we'll do this stuff. Hey, what's up, David Hardigan? Thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. I don't remember seeing you before. The name's not familiar. So, oh, okay. Give me 5 minutes.
I knocked like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, well, I said, hey, did you knock? And you didn't respond. So I thought it might have been Addie knocking on something.
We're gonna go to bed.
We are going to go to bed, sweetie. That's right. All right. I'll wrap up. Okay, well, you heard it, folks. I've got to wrap up. All right, but I'm pretty close here. So if the development is the node environment, we're going to stopwatch exec. We're going to go ahead and we're going to add the service by its service name as a system, username, who am I, path, watch exec, and this should be npm run start here. And then I think we put a dash dash and a dash dash port. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's how that goes. Maybe I'll just leave out the port for now. I'm not sure about that. I'm just going to leave that out for now. We'll come back to that later. You have an error. Fee instead of if. No. Fee is correct here. Fee is actually right. Bash, the way that you end a fee. So see if and then fee. If and then fee. If and fee. So that is in fact how it goes. If I were to change this, if I were to change it to if, you see, then I get errors. Then it lets me know, hey, you're not doing what you think you're doing. This if was never ended. So thank you for the keen eye. All right. Well, folks, I think I'm going to have to take a break. I'm going to go ahead and commit this. I'm going to whip it. And then I think when we're done, well, let's see. What do I want to be able to do here? I'm just going to do whip commit. But when I get back, we'll actually try to do this deploy. I think that it will work. I'm going to think on this for a second. I think we have everything that we need. We've got the bits that for the build system that are going to provision, that are going to set the IP address and provision. Oh, wait. Oh, that's a new file. Got it. It's going to set the IP address to the domain. It's going to provision the VPS. And then we have the bits that we need to have the service start or be restarted and have everything copied over. The one thing that we don't have is some mechanism to set up the environment variables the way that I want to set them up. I'm going to think on that. All right. Okay. Anyway, so I'll catch y'all again in maybe, I think in less than half an hour. And I'll come prepped with some more eggnog and some Victory Mountain Dew for when this thing deploys correctly, because I think it is going to deploy. And then the step after that we'll have to do is the Cloudflare API. We're not done with that yet. So all deploy scripts. All right. Well, I'll see y'all in the future. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you didn't. Share with a friend if you liked it, or an enemy if you didn't. And click all the things, subscribe, like, yada, 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 yada. And I'll catch you later. All right? Adios. See you in 30 minutes.